Hello. Welcome to Study English with Teacher Un. My name is Sally. Today, I am going to talk about yes or no questions, in the present continuous tense. Before talking about the topic, let's do some review first. What is tense? Simply, tense is time, in English grammar. Why does tense matter? Tense is very important in English, because it affects the verb form of the sentence. For example, Mike plays football every day. Mike played football yesterday. Mike is going to play football tomorrow. These three sentences describe the same situation of Mike playing football. In the first sentence, the word, every day, tells us that the situation happens repeatedly. So, we use the base form of verb. In the second sentence, the word, yesterday, tells us that the situation happened in the past. So, we use the past form of verb. In the last sentence, the word, tomorrow, tells us that Mike has a plan to play football in the future. So, we use the future form of verb. We won't talk about the details at this stage. Not only does the tense affect the verb form, but the subject of the sentence also has an impact. Let's say that the tense affects the verb form first, followed by the subject. Let's see some examples. These two sentences have the same tense. That is, the present simple. So, both of them use the base form of verb. However, in the first sentence, the subject is the word, I. So, the main verb, play, has no S. In the second sentence, the subject is the word, she. So, the main verb, play, has an S. Another example. These two sentences have the same tense. That is, the present perfect. In the first sentence, Bobby is the subject. So, we use the helping verb, has. In the second sentence, the word, they, is the subject. So, we use the helping verb, have. Now, let's talk about the present continuous tense. When we talk about a tense, we consider two things. They are, verb form, and time aspects. In the present continuous tense, the verb form includes, am, is, or are, and verb ing. To use am, is, or are, depends on the subject of the sentence. This table shows how to use am, is, or are, when the subject is a pronoun. And this table shows how to use am, is, or are, when the subject is a noun. In the present continuous tense, the action, or situation, is happening, at the moment of speaking, and it is still ongoing. Let's see some examples. I am doing homework now. The action is happening, at the moment of speaking, and it is still ongoing. So, it is in the present continuous tense. And we use, verb to be, followed by, verb ing. The word, I, is the subject of the sentence. So, we use the verb to be, am. The word, doing, comes from the base form, do, followed by, ing. Note that, the word, now, is an adverb of time, often used in the present continuous tense. It is not necessary, but it helps make the meaning more obvious. In addition to the word now, the phrases at the moment and at the present are also often used in the present continuous tense. Another example: John is running. The action is happening at the moment of speaking, and it is still ongoing. So, it is in the present continuous tense. And we use verb to be, followed by verb ing. John is the subject of the sentence. It is third person singular. So, we use the verb to be, is. For the word running, we double the last letter, n, before adding ing. Now, let's see how to make verb ing in some cases. In the first group, we double the last letter of the main verb before adding ing into it. Let's see some examples. Stop becomes stopping. Run becomes running. Sit becomes sitting. Swim becomes swimming. Shop becomes shopping. Put becomes putting. Plan becomes planning. Rob becomes robbing. Beg becomes begging. And chat becomes chatting. Please note that this rule applies to verbs that end in a consonant, vowel, consonant, pattern. One more example: the boys are riding a bicycle. The boys is the subject of the sentence. It is third person plural. So, we use the verb to be, are. For the word riding, we drop the letter e before adding ing. In this group, we drop the letter e before adding ing into the main verb. Let's see some examples. Love becomes loving. Live becomes living. Give becomes giving. Make becomes making. Take becomes taking. Write becomes writing. Drive becomes driving. Use becomes using. Have becomes having. And come becomes coming. Please note that this rule applies to verbs that end in a vowel, consonant, e pattern. Now, let's talk about yes or no questions. What is a yes or no question? It is a question to which the answer may be yes or no. Now, let's see how to form a yes or no question. For example, from the affirmative sentence, he is working at the moment. You can form a yes or no question simply by moving the verb to be, is, before the subject, he, and you will have, is he working at the moment? Please notice that the rest of the sentence remains the same positions. In written English, don't forget about the capital letter and the question mark. Another example, from the affirmative sentence, the fierce lions are walking. You simply move the verb to be, are, before the subject, the fierce lions. And you will have, are the fierce lions walking? Again, the rest of the sentence remains the same positions. Now, let's do exercise 1. That means, there will be another exercise after this. For this exercise, you need to change each sentence to be a yes or no question. Number 1. Helen is cooking. The answer is Helen cooking? You just move the verb to be, is, before the subject, Helen. Number 2, they are having dinner. The answer is, are they having dinner? Number 3, you are watching TV. The answer is, are you watching TV? Number 4, she is sleeping. The answer is she sleeping? Number 5, Dad is running to work. The answer is Dad running to work? That is quite easy, isn't it? Now, let's see how to answer yes or no questions in a short answer. It is the same as how to answer yes or no questions with verb to be in the present simple tense. For example, question: is Tom playing games? The answer is yes, he is. The first part can be yes or no, depending on the fact. The second part is the subject in the pronoun form. In this sentence, the subject is Tom, which is one boy. So, we use the pronoun he in the answer. And the last part is verb to be, according to the word he. Another example. Question: are they reading books? The answer is yes, they are. The fact is that they are reading books. So, we answer yes. In this case, the subject is already a pronoun. So, we just use the same word, they, in the answer. And we use the verb to be, are, accordingly. Another example. Question: is Joey sleeping? The answer is no, he isn't. The fact is that Joey is not sleeping. He just feels sleepy. So, we answer no. The subject is Joey, which is one boy. So, we use the pronoun he in the answer. In this case, the answer is no, so we also use the verb to be in the negative form. Note that you can answer no, he's not, as well. One more example. Question: are you running? The answer is no, I am not. The fact is that the speaker is not running. He is swimming. So, we answer no. The word you is the subject in the question. We need to change to be the word I in the answer. Because the listener in the question becomes the speaker in the answer. And notice that they are the same person. And we use am not accordingly. Note that we can also answer no, I'm not. But we cannot answer like this. Now, let's do exercise 2. This time, you need to answer each question in short. Number 1. Is she singing? The answer is yes, she is. The subject in the question is already a pronoun. So, we use the same word, she, in the answer. Number 2. Are they watching TV? The answer is, no, they aren't. Again, the subject in the question, is already a pronoun. So, we use the same word, they, in the answer. Note that, you can also answer, no, they're not. Number 3. Are the children playing music? The answer is, yes, they are. The subject in the question is, the children, which is third person plural. So, we use the pronoun, they, in the answer. Number 4. Is it raining? The answer is, no, it isn't. The subject in the question, is already a pronoun. So, we use the same word, it, in the answer. Number 5. Are you listening? The answer is, yes, I am. The subject in the question, is the word, you. So, it becomes the word, I, in the answer. Don't forget that, they are the same person. Number 6. Is Sally playing volleyball? The answer is, no, she isn't. The subject in the question is, Sally, which is a girl. So, we use the pronoun, she, in the answer. Note that, you can answer, no, she's not, as well. That's all. I hope you have gained something from this lesson. Thanks for watching. If you have found this video useful, you can subscribe, so that you won't miss the next videos from us. See you at the next video. Bye.